Magandang araw. Ako si Doc Benjo mula sa Department of Health at nandito ako ngayon upang magbigay ng impormasyon tungkol sa mga bakuna at boosters kontra COVID-19. Sa araw na ito ay inaalok sa inyong anak ang bakuna kontra COVID-19. Itong bakuna ay ibinibigay ng libre galing sa gobyerno. Nasa sa inyo pa rin ang desisyon kung magpapabakuna o hindi. Gayunpaman, aming inirerekomenda na magpabakuna na ang lahat ng eligible recipients kabilang ang inyong anak para maprotektahan ang buong pamilya, ang komunidad at eskwelahan laban sa COVID-19. Bakit kailangan bigyan prioridad ang mga kabataan para sa pagpapabakuna? Ang mga kabataan ay maaari pa rin mahawak ng COVID-19 dahil hindi pa gaanong na-develop ang kanilang immune response kumpara sa mga matatanda. At dahil sila ay nasa closed setting sa kanilang paaralan at madalas ay nagsasama-sama at nagkukumpul-kumpulan kasama ang ibang mga bata, maaaring mas bumilis ang pagkalat ng sakit sa kanila. Para mapanatiling ligtas sa mga bata, faculty, staff, at iba pang mga tao sa paaralan, kailangan natin ng bakuna. Ang bakuna ay magbibigay proteksyon mula sa malubhang COVID-19, sa pagka-ospital, at kamatayan. Makakapagbigay din ito ng mas ligtas na pagbalik sa paaralan o face-to-face classes at magagawang mas ligtas ang pagkikita ng pamilya at kaanak. Para matanggap ang ganap na proteksyon, importanteng tandaan na dapat makumpleto ang ikalawang dose ng kaparehong brand ng bakuna nang naaayon sa schedule. Sa madaling salita, protektado ka at ang iyong pamilya at ang buong eskwelahan kapag lahat ay magpapabakuna. Anong mga bakuna para sa COVID-19 ang gagamitin para sa mga bata? Ligtas at epektibo ba ang mga bakunang ito? Sa ngayon, ang mga bakunang Moderna at Pfizer ang maaaring ibigay para sa primary series ng mga bata edad 12 to 17 at Pfizer lamang ang maaaring ibigay sa kanila bilang first booster shot. Samantala, Pfizer lamang ang bakunang maaaring ibigay para sa primary series ng mga batang edad 5 to 11. Tanging ang mga bakunang nabigyan ng Emergency Use Authorization o EUA ng Philippine Food and Drug Administration o FDA para sa mga bata ang ibinibigay ng libre sa kanila. Patunay ang EUA na masusing pinag-aralan ng iba't ibang grupo ng mga doktor, healthcare professionals at mga at siguraduhin may maayos na daloy ng hangin. Maging bidakid po tayo para sa ating proteksyon at sa proteksyon din ng iba. O paano? Magpabakuna at magpabooster na po tayo at kita-kita tayo sa Pinas Lakas na Pilipinas.
Good morning, everyone. Before we start the session, please take note of the session norms. Number 1, for our Zoom participants, please mute your microphone upon entering the session room and when someone else is speaking. Number 2, all questions will be entertained during the Q&A portion only. For our Zoom participants, you may type in your questions in our chat box or use the raise hand signal. Kindly wait until you are acknowledged before turning your microphone on. For your Facebook live audience, you may type your questions in the comment section. Our team will capture your questions and relay them to our speakers. Please note that this session is recorded and is streamed live via the official FB page of DepEd Philippines. This will also be uploaded to the official YouTube channel of DepEd Philippines. Again, for our Zoom participants, kindly retain your mic in mute and your video off to avoid disruptions during the live streaming. And lastly, everybody please stand up for the Philippine National Anthem followed by the opening prayer.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Our ever-loving Father, the core of every reason, the source of truth. You who made the earth and the heavens are the ultimate goal of every knowledge seekers, the infinite wisdom, the cause of all that is good. We are truly grateful for this opportunity to gather together as a community despite the challenges we face each day. Yet you remained and gave us strength to carry on the responsibilities of bearing intelligence and using them for better purposes. We now humbly ask you to join us in our endeavor to explore the wonders of life in the world for knowledge's sake, that in whatever we learn today, we become more grounded to you, who is truth, who is love. We pray that you bless our speakers, the fount of your infinite knowledge, that they can share something worthwhile despite the limited time we have. They can channel all they know and share to us the beauty and truth of living as your child. We pray that you guide our participants, the seekers of your boundless knowledge, that they may continue to persevere in the search and be deemed worthy to share what they learn from today's session. Sanctify us, O Lord, not because we are worthy of it, but because we believe in your love and mercy, that at the end of the day, we can take home something that's amazing and meaningful. This we ask and pray through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Wellness Day webinar series. I am Maher Usman from the Employee Welfare Division. For today's episode, we'll focus on the financial well-being, and we are graced by our invited speakers from the Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific, and from the Starbright Financial Advisors to talk about the basic of insurance. But before we turn you over to our first speaker, let's hear the welcome message from the Director 3 of the Bureau of Human Resource and Organizational Development, Director Nina Bianca Sanglay. Good morning, Director Nina.
Hi, Maher. Good morning. Maraming salamat. So from the Bureau of Human Resource and Organizational Development, we'd like to greet everyone a pleasant good morning, and we'd like to welcome you to the second episode of the Wellness Webinar Series, of course, brought to us by the Employee Welfare Division. Good morning sa ating lahat ng mga Ka-DepEd, our teachers, office personnel, officials, and everyone watching us live via Zoom, and of course, via DepEd Philippines Facebook page. For today's episode, gaya nga ng nabanggit kanina, we will be focusing on our financial well-being, but this time on the topic of insurance planning. Maswerte po tayo, katuwang po natin ang ating mga partners led by Ms. Maria Farah Angka, Director of the Economic and Financial Learning Office, and Mr. Owen Camayo, Executive Director of BPI Foundation. And of course, our speakers for today, Ms. Maria Divina Madi Tablante from, again, the Insurance Institute of Asia and the Pacific, and Ms. Ana Blanco, one of the Starbright financial advisors. We have noticed that at the start of this pandemic, people became more aware of the importance of managing their finances, from saving, for emergencies, budgeting, and even investing, which is actually a good thing. However, a lot of people still fail to see the importance of securing insurance policies. And sometimes, people see this as an unnecessary expense. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about different insurance products in the market. And number one to that is people think that it is expensive. A lot of people have avoided getting insurance because they feel that the insurance will cost more than the protection it will offer to them. Insurance may seem like an unnecessary area to spend your money on, when we have so many other household expenses that we have to cover for each month. But it would truly help if we learn to put the cost of insurance into perspective. Because, imagine spending only a couple of pesos a year can provide you already hundreds of thousands in protection. Other insurance myths are that insurance is only also for old people and that you don't need insurance when you are single and you don't have dependents. Many people believe that the purpose of insurance is to provide financial protection for people with families. And yes, that is one of the primary purposes of coverage, but it is not the only important one. Insurance plans will actually help you pay for medical emergencies, hospitalization, contraction of any illness and treatment, and other medical care that could be required or needed in the future. There are also insurance plans for education, for property, like for sa bahay, sa kotse, for protection against unforeseen calamity or damage, and other plans that also come with the savings and investment schemes. So we hope that through this webinar this morning, we can correct those misconceptions, provide you with the basic knowledge on insurance, and of course, inspire you to inquire, to study, to learn more in order to be financially prepared against unpredictable situations. Kami po dito sa BHROD, we hope to educate and equip our employees. Siyempre, it is our goal to ensure that the holistic well-being of our personnel is attended to and well taken care of. Kaya sa araw na ito, we will be focusing on our financial well-being. So with that, again, let me welcome everyone, and we hope that you enjoyed this session while getting the opportunity to be on the right track with your finances. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Director Nina. May we call on the Executive Director of BPI Foundation, Director Owen Camayo, and will be followed by a video message from the Director of the Economic and Financial Learning Office of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Director Maria Farah Angka. Hello, Director Owen. Good morning.
Good morning, Maher. Good morning, Nina. Thank you. Thank you for having us here. Also, good morning to our partners from the DepEd, Bureau of Human Resources and Organizational Development, or DepEd BHROD, to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and to our hardworking DepEd teaching and non-teaching personnel nationwide who are joining us via Zoom and Facebook Live. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the second financial wellness session of our Financial Day webinar series. First, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the amazing work that you do at DepEd, whether you're teaching or you're supporting. Amid the pandemic, you have shown your commitment to your profession and answered the call of duty to continue delivering quality education to our millions of students. Despite the challenges in the implementation of modular and virtual classes, the members of the academe continue to stand strong to ensure that the torch of knowledge and hope remains bright and promising. I know that this is a big responsibility to all of you as we transition to face-to-face learning. While you continue to fulfill this mission, we believe that it is also paramount that you remain well physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Your welfare is equally important to the well-being of our student learners. As your trusted partner and financial wellness, we aim to enable you with proper financial literacy training that could help reshape your financial strategies. Aligned and supportive of BPI's aspiration to build a better Philippines, we at BPI Foundation envision a financially inclusive Philippines where all of us, or all Filipinos, is empowered to live a better life. Through this program, we have a FinEd Unbox program, which is a customized financial education program. We seek to improve the financial capability of our everyday heroes just like you. Just to share, in 2021, we reached over 180,000 DepEd teaching and non-teaching personnel. We were able to teach them personal money matters such as saving, budgeting, investing, insurance, just like today, retirement planning, and managing credit. I hope that you listen and participate actively in today's learning session about insurance to be delivered by our industry expert. This track aims to provide better context on why there's a need to protect ourselves and our loved ones in case unexpected events happen. Best of luck in your journey towards financial wellness. Commit to your goals and stay the course. And know that we are always here to support you. Thank you. Happy learning and stay safe.
Beloved leaders, teachers, non-teaching personnel, and guests from the Department of Education, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Today, our DepEd staff are not only educators, but also learners. Events like this give you, our teaching and non-teaching personnel, the invaluable opportunity to proactively invest in your personal, professional, and financial wellness. Teaching was never an easy profession. However, the pandemic certainly made it more challenging as you navigated the shift from face-to-face classes to distance learning and again to face-to-face classes. In addition, you worried about how to perform at your best while keeping your family safe and healthy. You also worried about the pandemic's impact on the economy and your household budget and retirement plans. You were concerned about media reports on hacked bank accounts and fellow teachers losing their life savings to scammers. And while we cannot solve these concerns overnight, this webinar series was designed to help you take actionable steps to improve your financial wellness today. Throughout this webinar series, you will discover how to protect your hard-earned money and make your money habits work for you. We are delighted to participate in learning events like this, which celebrate the role of financial education and in need of educators like yourselves in building a well-informed, financially literate public. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and DepEd recognize the importance of financial education as one of the means to hone the financial skills of our teachers. A World Bank study on financial capability shows that saving habits and preferences formed in early life stay with Filipinos into adulthood. Thus, for the education sector, our approach is two-pronged. First, we embed financial literacy concepts in the basic education curriculum to ensure that learners are taught the value of saving and having basic money management skills from kindergarten to high school. And this is why last June 3, 2021, DepEd issued the Financial Education Policy, which strengthens the integration of financial education in the K-12 curriculum. And we are very happy to share this milestone with you. Second, we integrate personal financial management in the regular trainings of DepEd teachers and non-teaching personnel. With the proper financial knowledge, teachers like you can apply these principles to improve your financial well-being and overall quality of life. This in turn puts you in a better position to advise our young learners on how they can reach their own financial goals. We also believe that financial education is a continuous process that cannot be achieved overnight. Therefore, we need to emphasize responsible financial behavior in college to prepare students as they join the workforce. Thus, together with other financial sector regulators, the BSP is also working with the Commission on Higher Education to embed personal finance classes at the tertiary level. The BSP has already forged strategic partnerships with other key government agencies to ensure that our financial education programs are sustainable and scalable with multiplier effects. We need a whole of society approach to financial education. We recognize the critical role of all relevant stakeholders in advancing our goal of a financially healthy citizenry, from individuals to households to public and private sector partnerships. As teachers, each of you is in the best position to impart timely and timeless lessons to young financial consumers at all stages of their lives. But we can only start a movement if we start with ourselves, by learning how to save, grow, and protect our money. By learning and teaching financial education, you ultimately contribute to the financial wellness of the Philippine economy. Congratulations in advance to all the participants and organizers of this event. After this session, I hope to see more financially savvy FinEd evangelists or advocates among you today. On behalf of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, welcome to the Wellness Day webinar series on financial wellness. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you again, Director Nina, and also Director Owen and Director Mara for welcoming and warming up our participants. Let's now proceed with our session, and to introduce our guest speaker, may I call on the Supervising Administrative Officer and OIC of the Employee Welfare Division, Mr. Earl Ryan Lucito. Sir Earl.
Thank you, Maher. Good morning to everyone. For today's webinar, I'm honored to have the privilege to introduce our guest speakers, starting with the Education Director of the Insurance Institute for Asia and the Pacific, where she conducts insurance courses in several parts of the Philippines and other ASEAN countries, and develops insurance course materials. A consistent scholar, she graduated cum laude with a bachelor's degree in arts, major in economics. She also finished her master's degree in business administration at the Ateneo de Manila University. So ladies and gentlemen, DepEd colleagues, a round of virtual applause for Miss Maria Divina Tablante. Miss Maddie.
Yes, maraming salamat, Mr. Earl. Of course, I would like to say thank you to everyone, and thank you for inviting me here to join this very, very, I would say, important session, so that we'll be able to, impart our knowledge about financial wellness and awareness, no, especially on insurance. I would like to say magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, for all the stakeholders in this project, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, of course, the DepEd and the BPI Foundation, for joining forces or joining hands and to make this program a reality, or this project a reality. Today, I'll be discussing with you the importance of insurance as far as financial planning is concerned. So before I do that, let me share my screen with everyone. Okay, I hope everybody can see this. Okay, so I'll be focusing on financial wellness on insurance because I'm sure a lot of you at one point in your career or in your lifetime, you've encountered questions about insurance or issues about insurance. So we would like to make this very clear to everyone so that you can all be guided as to how you're going to proceed in your life with the certainty that someday when you need financial assistance, it comes handy because you have the insurance protection. So my topic will focus on the following: definition of insurance terms, principles of insurance, types of insurance, which can be life insurance and non-life insurance. I will be expounding on this later. The importance of insurance and the value for money in insurance. Okay. So I'm sure marami kayo naririnig. And ako in my long years in the industry, because I've been an insurance practitioner in the last 4 decades of my life, at I believe that dito na po ako magre-retire, no? So I've been part of the normal operations or the business operations of insurance organization. And just about 9 years ago, I've decided that it's the high time for me to impart to other people or to other stakeholders about the knowledge that I have gained, and this has become my advocacy also as well. No? So today I am here with you because I want to share also whatever learnings I was able to gain through my experience, my work experience, that I would like to share with everyone because I'm sure may mga matututunan po tayo lahat dito. No? In the past, we've been hearing comments like insurance is racket, no? And it pains us because we're a professional insurance practitioner, and we know that insurance is a business of honesty and integrity, and we just want to put emphasis on integrity and honesty, because if honesty and integrity cannot be guaranteed in this type of business, then that person does not have any business being in the insurance industry. So ano ba yung insurance na yan? No? So I have prepared here definition of insurance terms. I will try to laymanize everything. So meaning to say that I will be speaking in a level that everyone will be able to understand what insurance is all about. So insurance is an intangible product. Pag sinabi natin intangible, it cannot be seen, it cannot be touched, no? But it is a legal contract. There is meeting of the minds of two parties to a contract, to an agreement. And if there is any breach in that contract or agreement, then any of the parties can go to court with this insurance contract because it is a legal contract. It is a contract whereby one of the parties, known as the insured, pag sinabi po natin ng insured, siya yung buyer ng insurance, siya yung bumibili, siya yung may kailangan ng insurance, at pag nagkaroon po ng claim, siya yung babayaran ng insurance company. So that person pays the premium in exchange for a promise of the insurer. No, yung insurer po, siya po yung insurance company, to indemnify. Pag sinabi nating indemnify, to pay a sum of money to the insured when a claim arises, yung legitimate na claim po. And then this will be paid when there is the occurrence of a peril insured against. Every time you hear the word peril, it means the cause of the loss, the direct loss. So yun po yung babayaran na ng insurance company or ni insurer. Please take note that an insurance policy is a unilateral contract. What does it mean? It means that only one of the parties to the contract will take on a responsibility for paying a certain amount of money in case of the occurrence of a peril insured against. So pagkatapos magbayad ni insured ng premium, pwede na po siyang matulog na mahimbing kasi the risk now is passed on to the insurance company who is tasked to take on a responsibility in the future. Let's say for example, nagpa-insured ng bahay at tapos nasunog po yan. So now, after si insured nagbayad ng premium, now si insurer or si insurance company will take on the responsibility of indemnifying or paying the sum insured or the amount in the policy to the insured. So yun po yung tinatawag natin na indemnifying, and I hope I just made this very clear. Insurance contract is a legal contract. So there are terms and conditions that must be followed in the conduct of that particular contract. Okay. Sa insurance po, para maunawaan natin, no, may 6 insurance principles that are that govern the insurance industry. Ang unang-una po rito is the principle of utmost good faith. So as the name implies, dapat po walang concealment nor misrepresentation or of material fact. Ibig sabihin po, on the part of the insured and on the part of the insurance company, dapat parehas pong nagsasabi ng katotohanan, no? Walang itinatago. From the insured, sinasabi niya lahat yung hinihingi na information ni insurance company. And on the part of the insurance company, sinasabi rin niya po na very clear, ito ang gagawin namin kapag nagkaroon ng claim. Ito yung i-cover namin under the contract or under the policy. So walang concealment or misrepresentation. Let me tell you that any breach of any of the 6 insurance principles of insurance can already render the policy null and void. And pwede pong dalhin ang kaso sa korte, no? Not only sa insurance commission, but it can be elevated to higher courts, no, even to the Supreme Court. Let me tell you that the insurance industry is very regulated. We're under the supervision regulation of the Office of the Insurance Commission, which is directly under the supervision of the Department of Finance. So ganun po ka-regulated yung industry. That's why there's no room for fictitious claims, for fraud. Iniiwasan po natin yan because that is not tolerated in the industry. Okay, the second principle that we have here is a principle of insurable interest. In other words, ito po yung legal right to insure. When we say legal right to insure, it means that we either own the property or we have right over somebody else's life, no? Yung principle of insurable interest. Pagka right, our legal right to insure is based on ownership of a certain property or an asset, pwede po natin yan ipasok sa insurance. Dahil pag nagkaroon ng claim, because there will be documents that will be required later on, then mapapakita natin yung proof of ownership. Now, when it comes to life, which I'm going to be discussing later on, meron din po tayong insurable interest not only to ourselves, but also to the other members of the family. Like if you're married, you have insurable interest over the life of your spouse, of your children. And if you're single, you also have insurable interest over the life of your parents and your siblings. Okay, marami pa pong type of insurable interest, but of course, I will just be limiting my discussion on the most important things that we need to know today because of the limited time. Then meron din po tayong principle of indemnity. What does it say? This principle will put back the person to the original financial position he occupied before the loss. Let's say for example, pina-insure natin yung ating kotse. So yung kotse nabangga, na total loss, or even na carnap. So ang gagawin po ng principle of indemnity, kung ano yung nawala, ibabalik po sa inyo. No more, no less. Okay, so kung kunyari na total loss po yun, and the amount is, let's say for example, 1 million, ibabalik din po sa inyo ng insurance company yung 1 million. The aim is to put you back in the same financial position you occupied before the loss. So, ang kagandahan dito is nag-invest ka lang ng konting pera, pero pag dumating yung pagkakataon na kailangan mo ng pera to use for any eventuality, for any unforeseen event, then there is insurance to back you up or to assist you financially. All right. Please take note that ang insurance po ay hindi nandito para pagkakitaan ng pera, as some people would have the idea that pwede palang dagdagan natin yung claim para kumita tayo sa insurance. There are guards, there are safety protections, there are rules, there are governing rules and regulations in the insurance which will not allow people to make money from insurance. This is a legal contract, and therefore sinasabi rito na kung ano lang ang nawala, yun ang ipapalit sa inyo o sa insured no pagdating ng panahon na kailangan nyo ng financial assistance that will be assisted by the insurance. Meron din tayong tinatawag na principle of contribution. Ang principle of contribution is not the contribution that we know na bibigay tayo ng pera. No? So principle of contribution, it states that when more than one insurance company is covering the same subject matter of insurance, then there is what is known as contribution. Or even, siguro mas madali maintindihan, parang reinsurance or co-insurance. Ibig sabihin, kung dalawang insurance companies ang nag-insure ng bahay nyo or ng building nyo or ng inyong business, let's say for example, meron kayong stall or store, then pag dalawa ang insurance companies na nag-cover ng insurance company nyo, they will share proportionately to the loss. Hindi po ibig sabihin nito double insurance because some people will have the concept, ay double insurance siya, napa-insure ko na. As long as the value of the property is not yet fully covered by one insurance company, then you can still insure with another one. And I'm talking about assets or physical assets or things that are na meron kayo na pag-aari. No? It is not applicable to life insurance, and I will be discussing this later on. Okay, the next principle is the principle of subrogation. This is to run after the third party who caused the loss. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Pag nagpa-insure ka ng kotse, binangga yung kotse mo sa likod, no? Ang may kasalanan po nun yung third party. Now, what will the insurance company do? Insurance company can either run after the third party or isettle niya muna yung claim nyo, and then the subrogation right from the insured, ito po yung ibig sabihin nito sa Tagalog, yung hahabulin nyo yung third party na nag-cause ng loss sa inyo. So after settlement of the claim, now the insurance company has now the right to run after the third party who caused the loss. Can you imagine, let's say for example, nagda-drive kayo tapos wala kayong kamalay-malay, binangga kayo sa likod. Of course, you do not want to charge this against your own insurance policy kasi pag sa inyong insurance policy yung charge, then you will be charged the deductible. I'm sure yung iba sa inyo may alam na yung deductible. Ito yung participation nyo po every time na mag-claim kayo sa motor insurance. But anyway, if you run after the third party who caused the loss, that will be covered, and that can legally be done under the principle of subrogation. Okay. And the next principle is the principle of proximate cause. I'm sorry. The principle of proximate cause, that cause or the direct cause is a cause or a peril that is covered under the policy. What does it mean? Let's say, for example, bumili ka ng fire insurance. Fire insurance would normally cover fire and lightning. So, tapos nagkaroon ng typhoon. So, yung bahay lumubog, tapos yung mga kagamitan nasira because of typhoon. Is that something that is compensable? Hindi po, because the proximate cause is typhoon. Now, sabihin natin the situation is nasunog ang bahay na naka-insured. So, insured will go to insurance company and will file a claim. Is that compensable? Yes, that is compensable because under the principle of proximate cause, the peril insured against, which in this case is fire, is covered under the policy, and therefore the insurance company is obligated to settle the claim. All right. Meron po tayong dalawang types of insurance. Before I go into this, no, alam ko po na yung mga kaguro ko, because I am also a teacher, no, in a way, because I'm teaching professionals in the insurance industry as well. So minsan tayo, we have a tendency, if we have excess money, the first thing that comes into our mind is to buy tangible products. And especially with the millennials and the Gen Zs, yung mga teachers na kag-graduate lang. So naiisip nila na the first thing that I will do pag nakasweldo ako ay bibili ako ng bagong cellphone or anything that is tangible, bagong bags, shoes, damit. But of course, importante rin yun, no? I'm not saying that that is not important, but we have to set priorities, which is more important, taking care of your future, or yung bibili ka lang ng something that maluluma rin pagdating ng araw, no? Ako personally, I've been in this industry for such a long time. I will invest on something that will really help not only myself but my family. That's why I am putting this emphasis, so that maybe after this session, you will start thinking about your priorities in life, ano ba dapat kong gagastusan. Okay, so ito po yung mga types of insurance na I am suggesting that you invest on. Number one, life insurance. Bakit life insurance? No? Sige, bago tayo pumunta doon sa bakit life insurance, let me tell you about the definition of what the traditional life insurance is. It's a contract of protection whereby the insured is, or the beneficiary of the insured is paid in case of loss of life due to either accident or natural causes, except if this happens within the contestability period of 2 years. So pagka nangyari po yung loss of life within 2 years, contestable po yun, hindi mo na binabayaran. No, kinukontest muna ng insurance company. Of course, this takes a long explanation, but for purposes of our discussion today, so I would like you to know that meron po tayong tinatawag na life insurance. And I'm sure if we have little money, we can, invest in a life insurance that you can very well be secured. Meron kayong sense of protection in the future. At please take out the concept na ayun, life insurance naman magbabayad lang yan pag nagkaroon ng loss of life. Marami na po tayong different products, different types of life insurance where you can invest your money on, at mapapakinabangan po ito hindi lang during death but even during the existence of that individual. So this pure protection will provide benefits or payment of let's say the face value in case of loss of life, both natural and accidental. Let me just tell you about the 3 types that we have under life insurance. Meron po tayong tinatawag na whole life, and this will be your protection from the day that you got your policy until age 100 or until age 99, and that is termed whole life. No, as the name implies, it covers you for until the day you turn 100 or 99 years old. And then meron naman tayong endowment, and this is what I meant when I said na kahit buhay, pwede pa, no? Yung endowment, let's say endowment at 60 years and you want to make this as your retirement plan or parang savings nyo for your retirement age, then we suggest that you get endowment at age 60. Why? Pagdating po nyo ng 60 years old, magmamature po yan. And then the full maturity value can be given to you as some sort of a retirement payment for you. Para sa tagal ng pagsusumikap nyo, pagtatrabaho nyo, pagdating nyo ng 60 years old, meron kayong parang retirement pay din. And then of course, let's say for example, your budget is limited, no, but you want to get protection for yourself, then you buy a term plan. Bakit term plan? Yung term plan po, this is the coverage is good for 1 year and then it is renewed, no, every year. Year on year, you renew the term plan. Yung term plan po, hindi nag-accumulate ng dividend or dividendo, no? So that pagdating ng panahon, may makukuha ka katulad ng endowment or whole life. Merong lump sum that you can get from the plan. A term plan, it expires. Once it expires, then that's it. You have to renew again for another year. But the beauty of this is that you are also protected. So, minsan isip natin, hindi lang para sa atin, but for our loved ones that we're going to live in this world, no, if something unforeseen happens. And then, the life plan, may mga riders po yung tinatawag, no, which can also pay for disability and dismemberment. So, kunyari, nagkaroon ng disability. Disability means loss of use. And dismemberment means severance of the parts of the body. Of course, when there is disablement or dismemberment, then nahihirapan na po yung tao na kumita ng pera para sa pamilya. And life insurance comes in very handy when you have it because it will not only pay for loss of life, but it can also pay for disability and dismemberment like what I said a while ago. Then meron din po tayong tinatawag na variable life or BUL. This is protection combined with investment component. So for people like the ones who are just starting, no, especially those in the, let's say in their 20s, this is a very, very good product. What does it mean? Aside from the insurance protection, there is also an investment component. So it's just like a forced saving, no, na iipon ka, maglalagay ka ng pera, then it grows because there is a certain interest, no, na pinapatong doon sa investment mo. And aside from that, you are also protected. So if you have little money or extra money, then instead of thinking about buying some tangible product, why don't I invest this in a variable life? Then you can go check the financial advisor who are trained. Tinitrain po yung lahat ng mga life insurance company siya, no? And also we also provide trainings for the financial advisors here at the institute. So they can advise you exactly what type of plan will you be able, is right for your age, for your occupation, and for what you're doing in life. So ito po yung sa life side. Now, on the non-life side, ito yung tinatawag natin na walang buhay kasi non-life, no? Anything that you can see around, I'm sure there is a requirement for insurance. But for purposes of today's discussion, I will be centering on the 3 most important traditional non-life insurance products. One is fire insurance. Kanina sinasabi ko na, let's say for example, siguro lahat naman, no, ang gusto natin magkaroon tayo ng sariling bahay. Hard-earned money na pinambili natin ng ating property, ng ating bahay, no. So pag nasunog yan, and please take note, it's not only sunog that is covered under fire insurance policy. Fire insurance, shortcut lang po yan, but the 2 perils covered automatically under fire insurance are the perils of fire and lightning, especially in the provinces. Kunyari, tinamaan ng kidlat at nasunog, hard-earned money gone, lost. So, paano pa natin maitatayo ulit yan? Now, if you have fire insurance, it is a legitimate claim, then the insurance company will pay the sum insured to the insured. And this money can be used to put the same kind of house or even better kind of house that was lost in a fire. So meron tayong fire insurance. Alam niyo po ba kung magkano yung fire insurance? Just to give you an idea, let's say for example, your house is worth 1 million pesos. And you will be paying only something like 2,000 pesos in a year. Isang beses lang po yun But you are protected, and pag nasunog po yan at na total loss po ang inyong bahay, then the insurance company will pay 1 million, not 2,000 pesos to you, to the owner of the property. So that's the beauty of fire insurance. You know, when you go to the mall or you go to a fast food chain at kumain ka, pag medyo marami-rami kayo, let's say 4 or 5 of you, then chances are you'll be paying about 1,000 or more than 1,000. So yun yung okay. So yun yung sinasabi ko na dapat invest natin sa mas worthwhile na projects. And then we also have motor insurance for your vehicles, accident insurance, no? Not only for life but also for against accidental death, the permanent disablement, and dismemberment. Of course, there are other insurances, but I will not be discussing this because of the limited time that we have. All right, let's go to the importance of insurance. One is it provides financial assistance in case of unexpected situations. Ito po, makakatulong ng malaki sa inyo kung may mangyaring unexpected situations. No, the insured and insured's family will be put in the same financial position you occupied before the loss. Then it minimizes loans and credits to answer for unforeseen events. Hindi nyo na kailangang mangutang, no? Because the insurance policy or the insurance contract will do that for you. Family members are provided with source of funds to answer for the basic necessities, education, and other needs. Then of course, you are provided peace of mind, no? And as I mentioned, this is a good preparation for the future, not only during deaths, but also for your old age. And I'm sorry. So it's, you know, it protects you against any unforeseen events in the future when you least expect it at nangyari yon, ang insurance po ay tutulong sa inyo. Okay. I am told I only have about 5 minutes more. So let me tell you that if you have extra money, you try considering the value of insurance. No? Kung may extra money ka at nabili mo na lahat yung mga basic necessities, then make this something like a forced savings. If you get yourself a life insurance policy, then meron kang protection, and then you can look forward to something when the eventual occurrence of something that is unexpected happens. So return is greater than the cost. It comes in handy in case of crisis. The benefits outweigh the price. You always think about that. Konting investment nyo pero ang laki po ng makukuhang protection, ng benefits para sa inyo. And it assists financially in case of unexpected events. So I'm sure after my talk, ang ilan po sa inyo, I will start thinking about, why don't I just invest in insurance, no? I have properties, I have assets, then maybe it's also an opportunity for me to also protect not only my life, but also my asset and other properties. So get the value for your money, start investing in your insurance. With this, I would like to say, maraming salamat po. And if you have any questions, later on, we'll be entertaining them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma'am Maddie. Thank you for sharing your expertise and for enlightening us on insurance, the concept of insurance, the different types of insurance, and of course, its value for money and its benefits to those who are interested to be insured. So, Ma'am Maddie, hopefully you can stay with us, no, until the our question and answer portion. So, to continue the discussion, our next speaker will share with us testimonials and real-life stories about insurance. Our next speaker, she is a sought-after resource speaker on agency management in the life insurance industry. She is a founder of the Starbright Financial Advisors, a highly productive and internationally recognized insurance agency with 200 financial advisors. Wow, ang dami po, no? So after 25 years in the business, she retired from managing Starbright to focus on her advocacies and get into farming. So si Ma'am, may hobby rin talagang farming si Ma'am. So ladies and gentlemen, let's all give a warm virtual welcome and applause to our next speaker, Miss Ana Blanco. Take it away, Ma'am Ana.
Thank you very much. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Sa mga kababayan ko from Visayas and Mindanao, maayong buntag. I see some of you from Misamis and as far as Davao. So maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Thank you very much, Miss Maddie of the Insurance Institute. Wow, we just had a crash course in a very short time. Yung kinento po ni Miss Maddie, pinag-aralan ko po yun ng linggo, more than 1 week. So she gave us, ang galing-galing po ni Miss Maddie, she gave us a crash course. Palakpakan po natin si Miss Maddie. Thank you very much. Nakakatuwa, pati ako na-review. Okay, so some 26 years ago, when I was trying to join the insurance industry, dun po ako unang nakarinig ng tungkol sa life insurance. By profession, ako po, nag-aral po ako ng accountancy, naging CPA po ako. And when I sat down in the insurance training, napaisip ako, bakit hindi ito diniscuss sa amin sa school? May parang a whole new world was opened to me. May ganito pala. And I got so hooked and I liked it so much. Feeling ko yung product ng insurance, kailangan ko, kailangan ng pamilya ko, ng mga mahal ko sa buhay, ng friends ko, at saka feeling ko, konti lang ang nakakaalam tungkol sa insurance. Nung nag-attend ako ng seminar na kagaya nito, doon ko na-realize na ang dami nating misconception about insurance. And thankfully today, nandito kayo to attend at narinig natin yung short time lang ni Miss Maddie, but malaman na malaman, very meaty. And I hope that for our participants here, nakuha natin yung essence ng insurance. Kasi usually, pag narinig yung word na insurance, pwedeng pakitype po. Ano yung, before nyo narinig si Miss Maddie, pag sinabi yung insurance, ano yung unang naiisip? Kasi minsan yung mga nakakausap ko, ang sabi nila scam. Pwedeng mag-type kayo para hindi kayo antukin. Sure ako na nandyan pa kayo. Payment, bayad. Oo, negative ka agad. No? Pag sinabing insurance, babayaran. Okay, easy payment. Parang ang ibig sabihin, hassle yung pag-claim. Parang magaling lang kami na maningil, pero hindi kami marunong magbayad sa life insurance industry. No? Oh, si Gina naman, protection, galing, security, monthly payment. Oo, di ba? Parang mabigat yan. Future security, protection and bayad. Protection, savings, investment protection. Oo. Buti naman walang sumulat ng scam. Pero sa totoo lang, no, nung mga 26 years ago, maraming explanation ng kailangan at saka kailangang kami na nasa side ng pag-aalok ng siguro, kailangan talagang trustworthy, no, para paniwalaan kami, no. So thankfully, number one, I'd like to congratulate all of you who decided to sit in and are able to sit in today and to listen, because that's the first step. Sabi nga nila, knowledge is power. Wag nating siraan yung hindi pa natin nalalaman kung ano talaga, di ba? So I think that's basic. And I'm so happy to hear, as I've said nga, when I was studying accountancy, wala masyadong ganitong topic, di ba? And then there's a big world pala of insurance na kailangang malaman. Feeling ko, dapat lang lahat ng Pilipino. Meron palang concept na ganun, na mas magiging secure, mas magiging protected ang buhay. So, to put it simply, yung life insurance po, ito yung sagot natin. Kaisa-isang sagot lang po yung insurance para sa tatlong sinasabing unforeseen events na pwedeng mangyari sa ating lahat. Number 1 is dying too soon. Di ba po? So any one of us, wala naman pong exempted, can die too soon. Karamihan sa atin may mga responsibilidad sa buhay. No? So paano na? Tayo lahat, marami sa atin breadwinners, di ba? Inaasahan. So paano na? If we die too soon, who will take over our responsibilities? Malaking sagot po dyan, insurance. Pangalawang unforeseen event na pwedeng mangyari sa isang Pilipino, sa isang tao, is we will live too long. Alam nyo bang mahirap din yun if we live too long? If you plan to retire at age 60 and you live, your family has long life and now may maingat ka sa katawan, aabot ka ng age 80, naisip nyo na ba kung in the next 20 years, paano yung ating sustenance? Enough ba yung ating matatanggap as pension? Or mas kailangan natin ng mas additional pa dahil for extra needs as we grow older? So naisip na ba natin yon? Nasasagot rin po yan, just like what Miss Maddie said, meron tayong mga endowment, or mas kilala natin as retirement plans so that yung ating hindi tayo insecure habang tayo ay tumatanda, no? So dapat nag-i-enjoy, dapat pag sinabing retirement we're enjoying. Pero sa totoo lang po, may studies po yan na dito sa Pilipinas, ilan lang po ba talaga ang nag-i-enjoy ng buhay age 60 and above? Karamihan po nagkakasakit, hirap na hirap sa gamot, may mga problema sa pamilya when in terms of finances kasi hindi nakaayos ang retirement. And the third unforeseen event na pwedeng mangyari sa ating lahat na ang sagot din po ay insurance is if we get disabled whether due to sickness or accident or no. So yon talagang it can happen to any one of us, and if that happens, talagang disaster para sa finances ng isang tao kasama ng kanyang pamilya. So we've seen that happen to maybe sa sarili natin, pamilya, nangyari na yan sa mga kaibigan natin, walang immune. No? So the three things that insurance can be the answer is dying too soon, living too long, and or getting disabled or sick. No? So yung tatlong yan, wala na po tayong ibang pwedeng isagot na cost efficient. Kasi sabi nyo, pwede naman mag-ipon. Kaya lang yung ipon, peso for peso. And at the rate inflation is going, yung piso mo ngayon, ano na lang ang mabibili niya 5 years from now, hindi ba? So yung insurance, yung piso mo, mas malaki ang balik. No? So alam mo, ang concept kasi ng insurance sa aking mind, no, at nabasa ko rin noon, na nagsimula lang naman daw yan, parang ambagan. Nagtutulungan yung isang community. 'Di ba? Kung maglagay ka ng konti, if something happens, then may mas malaki kang makuha dahil maraming tumutulong, marami kang ka-share, 'di ba? Mahirap yung kung kailan may nangyari tsaka mag-ambagan. Mas mabuti na yung kasabi kanina doon sa sagot ninyo, monthly payment, bayad. Mas maganda na yung pinaghuhulugan mo yung mga unforeseen events na yun pa lang, because remember, yung insurance is unique na product. Pag kailangan mo na, hindi mo na siya mabibili. Iulitin ko po, yung insurance po, kung kailangan mo na, hindi mo na siya mabibili. Dahil may sakit ka na eh. Hindi ka na pwedeng bumili ng health insurance, hospitalization insurance pag nasa ospital ka na. No? So sana yun po yung isipin natin kasi lahat ng to pwede pong paghandaan. I understand budget is an issue for everyone. Pero alam naman natin kung gusto, maraming paraan. So the first step is knowledge, which is what you're doing today. And then the next step is finding a way. Lahat naman ng ginusto natin, nagagawa natin kung talagang gustong-gusto. Kailangan lang po talaga maniwala. No, kailangan tayong maniwala na may paraan, na hindi lahat nakaasa sa bahala na, 'di ba? Siguro asikasuhin naman ako ng mga anak ko, 'di ba? So mahirap na 'yun, hindi na pwede 'yun sa panahon ngayon at alam nating lahat 'yun. So in my 25 years active in the insurance industry, wala po akong, for the most part, wala po akong nakitang nagsisi na bumili sila, na naghulugan sila, na meron silang hinulugan ng mahabang panahon. Actually, merong sinisisi ako, ang naririnig ko ay sinasabi sa akin is, bakit ang liit lang ng binenta mo sa akin? Hindi ba? Kasi nasanay na sila sa paghuhulog. Alam mo, sanayan lang yan. Kung iisipin mo yung insurance is like your monthly bills, just like your kuryente, your tubig, or rental, or mortgage, dagdag mo lang ng konti. Pag ginusto mo, meron ka lang ibabawas dun sa pagbabudget na madi-decide mo, hindi siya necessary. Kailangan lang talaga iisipin mo na yung insurance is equally important as food. No, equally important as your water, as the education of your children. Nagagawan siya ng paraan, no? So, pero kung hindi mo siya iisiping importante, hindi talaga siya mangyayari, no? So, wala po kaming client na nagsisisi na nag-ano sila. Nagkakaroon ng problema along the way, mayroong mga misunderstanding, but at the end of the day, most will stay with the program for as long as they can, gagawa ng paraan. So, masasuggest ko lang po, very important that you deal with an advisor na you are really confident with, na trusted mo siya. Okay? So, example na naisip ko, when I was invited to share some testimonies of experiences, no? Ang talagang naisip ko syempre, yung isang naging kliyente ko na teacher din po. Bata pa siya, and you know, she got it when she was single, and then after 3 years na naging kliyente ko siya, nag-asawa siya at nagkaroon siya nabuntis siya, no? They were gonna have their first baby, very excited. So during their wedding, nagsabi pa siya na papalitan ko na yung beneficiary, ganyan. Okay naman sa magulang ko na ililipat ko na yung beneficiary sa ang husband ko na yung magiging beneficiary kasi alam nila na magkakaroon na kami ng baby, no? So tapos kwento niya sa akin na talagang ang pangarap niya sa anak niya kung anong mangyayari. Anyway, this story took a bad turn, no? So yung client ko na batang-bata pa, in her middle 20s, no? Well, she passed away while giving birth. So very, very sad, no? But the thing is, meron siyang insurance, hindi siya kalakihan. Kasi first time niyang bumili, hindi ganun kalaki. Pero you know, what the husband did when they got the money was use the full amount to buy educational plan for their baby. So hanggang ngayon parang naiiyak pa kapag kinikwento, no? Ibinili po ng educational plan para sa anak nila. So, well anyway, very sad story siya. But the beauty of it was yung daughter na hindi na nakita yung mother niya. I'm sure hindi niya makakalimutan or hindi siya magda-doubt na mahal siya ng nanay niya dahil yung pagka-college niya galing sa ipinindar ng nanay niya. So, nakakaiyak, di ba? So, ganun po yung mga story ng life insurance. It's really real life stories, real life situations. Sa panahon po ng COVID, ang dami po ng naka-claim ng ang dami-dami ng naka-claim for hospitalization lalo na nung 2020, di ba? It was so expensive, it was so difficult to get hospitalized. Everybody was surprised, wala pang vaccinated, and many of our clients were able to claim because they had health insurance with us, no? So ano pa ba? And also we have clients, isa na po ako doon, nabanggit ko sa intro na nag-retire na po ako after 25 years in the industry, na simply because when I was in the industry, talagang natuto po ako ng financial planning. So napagpaplanuhan po lahat, no? So going back to what I said earlier, for many people, budget is always the concern, especially if you don't think of something as important. But when you do consider it already super important, like for example, preparing for the education of your children, then gagawan mo ng paraan. So that's the life insurance side. And then of course, there's the non-life. So in terms of priority, Syempre, ang alam ko lang po, ano ba mas importanteng i-insure, buhay or bagay? Kayo na po yung mag-decide, no? So there's a way of prioritizing, no? Marami po kaming clients na nakakausap na sasabihin, hindi ako naniniwala sa insurance, ayoko niyan. Sir, paano po, yung ang ganda-ganda po ng car nyo, yung car nyo naka-insure, of course, comprehensive. 'Di ba? So ibig sabihin naniniwala siya sa insurance, iba lang yung priority niya, 'di ba? So kayo na po ang mag-decide kung ano yung uunahin kasi always naman budget is tight, no? So nasa pag-priority na ninyo kung ano. Lahat po 'yun kung pwede lang talagang kailangan dapat, 'di ba? Ang Pilipinas po, madalas po tayong may mga bagyo, earthquake, baha, no? So I know many teachers affected na hanggang ngayon hindi pa ayos yung mga bahay dahil sa Typhoon Odette at sa lahat ng typhoon na nagdaan, yung na-earthquake, 'di ba? Parati kong naiisip sana lahat may insurance coverage, 'di ba? With acts of God coverages, mga ganon, hindi ba? I'm not very conversant with non-life but of course, super believer din po hangga't makakaya lahat po na pwedeng i-insure po natin. Kasi para ma-restore kung ano ang yung house or yung car, 'di ba? So in terms of priority lang po, syempre pag may nangyayari po sa mga bagay natin like your car, binangga, nandito pa naman tayo para mapaayos yan. Pero pag tayo yung nabangga, sinong mag-aayos sa atin? Di ba? Mas maganda to get accident coverages for ourselves. Marami pong mura. Just talk to somebody you know who is in the insurance industry. Pakita sa inyo yung mga options. Marami, hindi nyo lang siguro, kasi akala natin mahal ka agad, hindi ko afford, but you'll be surprised kung ang daming products po na affordable po for as long as gusto po nating kunin. Marami pong affordable. So affordable, hindi nyo, like you can't believe it. Basic accident coverage, hindi po yan mahal. No? So hindi yan sobrang mahal. Mas mahal pa yung load ng inyong cellphone, budget ng load sa isang taon. Okay? So, what else can I share? Am I done now with my time? May konti pa. So if there's any question regarding experience sa life insurance, you may just type it, no? So yun lang po yung gusto kong i-share talaga na life insurance, maraming pangyayari sa buhay natin, may mga pangyayari sa buhay na wala na talagang magandang sagot kundi life insurance. Mahirap po na yung pansagot natin sa pag every time na nagkasakit or para sa mga unforeseen events, manggagaling sa ating bank account or sa ating alkansya or worst comes to worst talagang ipapangutang pa natin, mas maganda na po na tayo na ang maghanda para sa sarili natin. Let's not, parang sabi nga, huwag tayong mag-ilusyon na itong mga bagay na unforeseen hindi mangyayari sa atin. Any one of those can happen to us. So ang pinaka mabuting the best person to take care of us is our own selves para hindi tayo maging problema ng iba. And as teachers in the education sector of our country, talagang kayo po yung nasa best position to start teaching the younger generation about the beauty of planning financially, no? So and it's good to teach pag tayo rin ay pinapractice din po natin. Small steps, kailangan nyo lang ng partner na mag-i-explain sa inyo ng maigi kung ano yung mga options ninyo. Marami pong pwedeng mag-explain sa inyo. Hindi naman po kayo piliting bumili kasi kung wala naman po din tayong budget para sa kung ano-anong in-offer, hindi naman kayo mapipilit na kumuha. No? So ang mas maganda lang, like what you're doing today is to stay informed. You know, what you learn today, you can also cascade to your own children. So maybe they can start earlier. You know, that's a good thing to do as well. Ayun po. So basically, that's what I can share for today. And I am thankful to the organizers of this event for spreading the financial literacy that I really believe our country needs to really progress. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone. Maraming salamat. Are we good? Oh, by the way, sorry. After this session, I hope you don't resent anymore yung mga deductions ng PhilHealth at GSIS. Para sa inyo po yun. No? So, dapat masaya tayo na merong PhilHealth at merong GSIS, no, for you. So, I'm good na. Thank you. Hi, Maher.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Anna, and of course to Miss Maddie. Now, may we invite you both to join us here in our virtual stage for the question and answer portion. Again, to our audience here in Zoom platform, you may click the raise hand button if you have questions and wait to be acknowledged. You may also type in your questions in the chat box. And for our Facebook Live viewers, you may also type in your questions in the comment section. So ito po yung mga questions po na nakita namin sa mga comment section sa Facebook and also sa ating Zoom chat box. First po I plan to get life insurance. Can you give us pointers or important question to be asked to the agent po? So that's the first question po.
Miss Anna, I think you're in a better position to answer that, please.
Well, yung basic, ano yung makukuha ko? But I think ano yung makukuha ko? But maybe more important is you sabihan natin yung ahente, yung financial advisor kung ano yung gusto nyo, kung ano yung concern. Mas mabibigay ng financial advisor ang best advice for you pag alam niya yung pangarap mo, yung gusto mo, yung concerns mo, yung iyong situation, no? Yung iyong finances, mas matutulungan ka kung ikwento mo lahat, no? Para kasi yung mga produkto sa dulo na yan kung naintindihan niya kung ano yung talagang gusto mo, ano yung sitwasyon mo, anong pangarap mo. For me, that would be more important na mabigay mo yung iyong situation.
Thank you very much, Miss Anna, for that answer. Dito po sa ating Zoom, meron pong nag-raise hand and that's Dr. Myra from Region 10. Ma'am, yes?
Morning. My question is, it's actually for Ma'am Ana Blanco. Yung tanong ko lang, all my family members are actually insured already. From the time my children were like 0 age, I took already paid all their insurance except for one child na ngayon ay 12 years old. Hindi kasi siya tatanggapin because she is a special child. Meron siyang diagnosed condition. So you were sharing kanina na ipa-insure ang kung sino o ano man na pwedeng ipa-insure. And I do believe in insurance. Kaso lang, I already given them yung CT scan result ng anak ko, yung cardiac na condition, kasi wala naman siyang problem sa kanyang to the echo, sa heart, and sa brain. Most of the special children have a short life because of cardiac or other problems in the brain. So yung anak ko wala naman. Pero hindi pa rin siya allowed na mabigyan or makuhaan ko ng insurance. May I ask kung anong pwede sa kanya?
Miss Maddie?
Yes.
Yung rule kasi ma'am, I'll pass it to Miss Maddie kasi this is a more of an industry talaga
Yes.
issue. Yes.
Yes. Dr. Myra, now let me take the opportunity to share with you what I know. I don't know if this will suffice, but I will try my best to answer your question. Ang mga insurance companies po, especially life insurance companies, meron po silang tinatawag na underwriting guidelines. The underwriting guidelines set forth lahat po ng parameters, ano ang pwedeng tanggapin, ano ang excluded, ano ang exclusions, no? Yung mga hindi pwedeng tanggapin. Meron din tinatawag na substandard as far as individual lives are concerned. Ibig sabihin, yung mga substandard, mas mataas ang kanilang rate tatanggapin pero mas mataas ang rate. I don't know with life insurance companies because hindi po ako masyadong nagkaroon ng opportunity na malaman na kung special child tatanggapin ba, because there are, like what I said, certain restrictions or underwriting guidelines that life insurance companies are imposing, at yun po yung sinusunod ng mga financial advisors, sa mga life agents for that matter. Siguro po pwede kayong mag-consult sa isang financial advisor and ask whether kahit ba rated po yung anak nyo, baka pwede naman pong i-consider ni life insurance company na i-accept. I'm not saying with finality that the insurance company will accept, but we can give it a try. May tinatawag po tayong rated. Pag sinabi nating rated, the premium charges will be a lot higher than the normal rate, than yung parang regular rate, because nga of the health condition of the child. Yun lang po. Miss Ana?
If I may add po, kasi mga insurers po are in risk management. They will only accept risk within the parameters na sinabi nga ni Miss Maddie that they have set. So, sa totoo po, talagang hindi po lahat insurable. Meron pong mahabang listahan ng hindi nila tanggap yung risk. So, number one, congratulations po sa inyo kasi my hats off to you. Super believer po kayo, and I'm sure it gives you that sense of security na yung mga anak ninyo at kayo po ay covered. And then I can understand the frustration na the one who needs the protection the most hindi tinatanggap. But that's the reality po of the insurance business. Minamanage po nila yung risk na tinatanggap because otherwise the premium for everyone will increase if they will accept everyone na may mga dala ng mga risk talaga. So siguro po dahil po nga talagang special po ang para sa inyong isang anak. No, hindi siya sa common, 'di ba? So yun po. Thank you for sharing with us your concern, pero yun po yung reality na some risks are not acceptable for insurance.
Thank you po.
Salamat din po.
Thank you very much for that question, Dr. Myra. And I hope marami pong makarelate dun sa question ni Dr. Myra. And thank you very much also, Ms. Maddie and Anna, for that answer. Before going to the third question, may I request po kung sino pa po yung may mga tanong, take this opportunity to click the raise hand signal. And now to proceed, the next question goes like this po. I'm planning to stop my insurance. I'm in my third year on January, but I've been short on allowance these past months because I just started my masteral. I plan to seek extra income, but I saw the insurance and it will save me 600 pesos monthly if I cut it. Is it a wise decision or not? So that's the question.
Miss Ana, would you like to answer that? Or
ang quick answer is no, it's not a wise decision kasi nakatatlong taon ka na eh. Talagang gagawa ng paraan kasi masasayang yung 3 taon na ibinayad mo. Although hindi naman siya totally sayang because if something happened to you like a year ago, insurance would have paid up kung ano man ang nakapromise sa iyong insurance policy contract. Maybe you can go back to 3 years ago. Ano ba yung mindset mo nung kinuha mo siya? Balikan mo yon at isipin mo bakit napao ka na maghulog ng 600 a month. No? Siguro merong malaking dahilan, merong kang malaking reason na naibigay sa sarili mo, okay, yes, I will commit. Siguro kailangan minsan ganun lang yan eh. Minsan nawawalan ka ng gana, pero kailangan nating balikan yung unang dahilan. Why did you make that big commitment? Para saan? Para kanino, 'di ba? So balikan natin. Of course, importante yung iyong further education, but you will lose something. Definitely, you're losing something by giving up on that plan. When you decided it was a good thing, and I don't think it turned bad. Nag-change lang ng konti yung iyong situation. Kung magagawan mo ng paraan, gawan pa rin talaga ng paraan. Yun ang aking masasuggest sa'yo. Kaya mo yan.
And if I may add, normally kasi tayo, siguro pati kami ni Miss Ana, normally kapag hindi mo pa nare-realize yung pangangailangan, na parang nawawalan ng value sa iyo yung isang bagay. Siyempre, kunyari, walang death, walang sickness, ganyan. So parang tinatamad ko, hindi ko na lang itutuloy ito, hindi masyadong importante. No, don't think about that because like what I said, when the unforeseen happens, that is when insurance comes in handy and it will help you greatly. So kung medyo nabibigatan ng konti, talagang gano'n. No? But kami parehas kami ng stand ni Miss Ana, no? You continue with your plan. Don't give up on it. Kasi sayang, nakatatlong taon ka na. Thank you.
I forgot to answer pa din na talk with your advisor, and then ask kung ano yung options mo. Pwede bang babaan? Meron ka bang leeway? Lahat naman nakukuha sa communication. Pero I will suggest go there with the heart na you're not giving up, but just find out ano yung options mo. So that yung current, hopefully temporary burden mo ngayon, malampasan lang. But without having to give up on something good that you've started 3 years ago.
Yes, tama po, Miss Ana. So, as guidance po sa ating mga advisor. So, to proceed po our next question. I am already 40 years old. Is it still wise to get life insurance or should I just put my extra money into savings?
Okay, let me answer that. Pag 40 years old ka, I think okay pa naman na kumuha ka ng insurance kasi alam mo, ang life expectancy naman is ngayon nasa, well, age 65, no? But majority because we're very conscious now because of mga yung wellness program, ganyan, no? Lalo nating naaalagaan yung mga sarili natin. At 40 years old, I think it's still a good year to go to get your investment on life at protection for yourself. Hindi pa, it's never too late. It's not too late to get an insurance for yourself. That's my take. Yes, Miss Ana.
Maybe, yeah. Una muna, alamin mo pa rin kung ano ba yung situation mo ngayon. Are you still breadwinner of your family? May umaasa pa ba sa'yo? If something happens to you, meron bang mauunsyaming buhay ng mga, do you still have dependents? Siyempre yun ang tanong pag kukuha ka ng basic life insurance na pag may nangyari sa'yo, yung dependents mo, hindi magiging tagilid ang buhay. So if yes, talagang kumuha ka. 40 is not old these days. No? So the next one is, you could also, kung hindi ka na masyado nagtapos na kunyari yung mga anak mo, hindi ka na breadwinner, you can also take a look at getting a policy, getting a plan which will help you, which will add up to your retirement funds. 40 should be a good time to start really thinking of retirement and living too long. Diba?
Yes.
Tapos ka na sa ano mo yung pagsusumika para sa pamilya, etc. Then you're transitioning already to thinking of yourself and the life you will have after your stint with the Department of Education.
Yes.
So that could be because when you put it in savings, with all due respect to the BPI Foundation, diba? Dapat talaga meron doon pang emergency and funds, yes. But you need your money to grow faster than just the interest on savings, diba? So maybe some kind of plan that will give you a little bit higher in terms of returns, no? Meron po rin 'yan sa life insurance companies.
Yes, I think you may want to consider also the variable life, no, where you can there is a component of investment and protection for yourself. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you po, mga ma'am. Ma'am, follow up lang po daw po, which is wiser daw? Ako ang principal or may beneficiary like my daughter na lang ang gawing principal? For 40 years old.
I think, yes, yung daughter, how old is the daughter?
Mga 8 years old daw po. Or 8 years old yung daughter.
I think if your intention is to make that as something like an educational plan in the future, pwede naman yung bata, no? Ang tawag dyan may payers clause. So yung yung payor yung parent yun. Pero yung naka-insured yung bata. And it matures at a certain age when the child is, let's say, going to college already. So, makukuha siya na maturity which can very well assist that child in going to school. Yes. Miss Ana, meron kayo dadagdag?
Marami pong ganong situation, no? When we go to clients, sabi, ay, i-insure yung anak ko, mas importante, mahal na mahal namin yung anak namin, kailangan siya ang insured. May misconception po na ganon, no? So, sino po ang mawawalan between a mother or father or parent or a child? If any of those died, sino yung mawawalan? Pag namatay yung bata, financially, hindi naman affected yung magulang. Pag namatay yung magulang, financially super affected yung bata. So sino dapat ang insured? Una-una. So dapat yung magulang ang unang insured. Ngayon, with the plans na binanggit ni Ms. Madi about yung protection with investment, pwede mo nang ma-hit yung 2 birds with 1 stone. Protecting yourself as the parent, dapat lang. Kasi pag may nangyari sa'yo, dapat may matanggap ang anak mo, di ba? And the surviving spouse. So, para ma-replace yung income mo na dinadala mo sa pamilya. And then, that same plan can have a savings component na yun na yung pag-iipon mo para sa pang-education or whatever ng anak mo. Pero mas importante, in terms of priority, again, na in terms of insurance, dapat naka-insured yung may economic value. Yung kumikita. Dapat yun ang insured. Kasi pag nawala yun, nawala yung kita eh. Diba? So, I've seen it happen, real life testimony na in-insure yung bata ng educational plan and then namatay yung magulang, walang nakuha yung bata hanggat hindi siya mag-college. Kasi educational plan eh. 'Di ba? At naka-insure yung bata. 'Di ba? So, very sad yun. Yung mga ganon. So, we always tell na mas importante talaga kung first plan yan ng family, it should be the parents that's insured because that's the basic. Insure mo kasi ikaw yung nagdadala ng income. Ikaw yung bumubuhay ng pamilya. Paano mababuhay ang pamilya pag nawala ka? No? So, yun po ang basic.
And like what I said, if there is a payers clause, let's say for example, yung bata ang ininsured, no? Yung payers clause, if something happens to the one paying the premium, let's say it's ang intention is for the education because it will mature at a certain age when, let's say, the child will already go to college, no? Then the payers clause states that if something happens to the one paying for the premium, then the plan is considered fully paid. So, ganun yung payers clause. Okay, thank you.
Thank you po. Maganda talaga yung konsepto ng insurance, no? So, ito pong question na to na susunod, ito yung parang marami sa mga attendees natin sumagot dito sa ating doon sa registration form na kung ano po ba ang best, age, what age is the best age or time to get insurance po?
Sige, I'll go first, Miss Ana. Ako, ang suggestion ko, as soon as you are already able to receive your paycheck, your own paycheck, let's say for example, may trabaho ka na, start thinking about investing in insurance, no? And like I have a 26 year old daughter right now, and at the age of 22, first year niya after working, she invested already in life insurance. This is with yung variable life. There's insurance protection at the same time investment. Sabi ng anak ko, Mami, alam mo, when I turned 40, meron na akong milyonarya na ako. Sabi ko, bakit? Kumuha ko ng life insurance with parang protection and investment, no? And sabi ng financial advisor ko, makakakuha daw ako ng 1 million when I turned 40. So, natuwa ako sa anak ko. And I've been hearing a lot of, lalo na yung mga Gen Z, millennials, yung awareness nila for insurance, for protection, life protection is very high. And iba na talaga mag-isip ang mga young ones ngayon. Alam din nila yung value ng life insurance and investment. Thank you, Ms. Ana.
Yeah. So, yung mga Gen Z ngayon, kagaya ng daughter mo, maswerte sila, may nanay silang kagaya mo. Aral na talaga sila. That's true, no? The parents of this generation already really believes in it, and sabihin sila sa anak nila, ang late kung nag-start, ikaw magsimula ka habang maaga. Because, well, number one, insurance, I agree totally with Miss Maddie. The moment that you have your first paycheck, it means you already have economic value. May halaga ka na, hindi ba? Nakukompute na kung magkano ang worth mo for the next so many years. So, you have already economic value, then you start buying life insurance already kasi may value ka na, makukompute na yung halaga mo. So, the reasons, the insurance is cheapest when you buy it when you're young. As you grow older, it becomes more and more and more expensive. And I will repeat what I said. Insurance is a product that you can only buy when you don't need it. You cannot buy it when you need it. Hindi ka makakabili ng disability insurance pag disabled ka na. 'Di ba? Hindi ka makakabili ng hospitalization insurance pag nasa ospital ka na. So, when will those things happen to you? You don't know. It can happen tomorrow, 'di ba? We don't know. So dapat talaga bilhin na ngayon because when is the perfect time to buy insurance? I would always reply yesterday. 'Di ba? Dapat nabili na 'yan, 'di ba? Para hindi mo na siya pinoproblema kasi anything could have happened between yesterday and now. No? So, if kung tayo nasa 40s, 50s na natin, hindi natin naumpisahan ng maayos, then what we can do is really make sure that it doesn't happen to the next generation. Kagaya ng anak ni Miss Maddie, i-push natin sila na mag-start na sila ng maaga. That much we can do. Diba? So they'll have better, they'll be more secured.
Thank you very much, Miss Maddie and Miss Anna. So yan po yung mga questions on my end. Do you have any question po from our Zoom participants and also from our audience in our Facebook? Going once? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can I say something because I've read in one of the in the chat box, somebody said that parang scam din po pag nalugi. So, okay, let me assure you about this, no, to that person who sent that comment. Ang Office of the Insurance Commission is very strict about the commitment of the insurance company to pay in case of claim. Kahit po, let's say for example, because I'm sure you must have heard of some insurance companies who closed down kasi nalugi o wala ng pera o pang-invest, no? That's why po si Office of the Insurance Commission requires, no, meron po silang capitalization requirement, and part of it meron po tinatawag tayong reserve fund, no? That reserve fund, let's say for example nalugi yung insurance company, that amount will be used to pay for claims from insurance. And the Office of the Insurance Commission will be the one to appoint somebody, let's say a conservator, to pay for all the losses and all the debts of that particular insurance company, just to make sure that lahat po ng liabilities of that particular life insurance company or non-life insurance company will be paid off totally bago magsara yung insurance company. So it's not really a scam, it's not totally racket. So wala pong ganun because like what I said in my talk, this is a business of integrity and honesty. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Miss Maddie. I think this is the last question I can see here in our chat box. How can we know po if the insurance company is legit or not?
You can check in the website of the Insurance Commission. That's the department under the Department of Finance. That's the commission that under the Department of Finance that oversees and regulates the insurance industry. So nandun po, i-check nyo kung yung pangalan ng company ay nasa listahan doon sa website ng Insurance Commission, or you can even call the Insurance Commission to verify.
Okay, thank you again. Thank you for that, Ms. Anna. And also, to Miss Maddie. Thank you very much for your answer po. So malaking tulong po yung mga sagot po ninyo sa ating mga teachers and teaching personnel. So I think dito yung point na marirealize nila gaano ka-importante na magkaroon ng insurance. And I guess that is yung mga questions po na nakuha po namin. So what's the what is the essence of having this insurance? So its aim is to reduce financial uncertainty and make accidental loss manageable. So that I think yan yung pinaka main point na naintindihan ko sa discussion po ninyo, Miss Anna and Miss Maddie. So with that, on behalf of the Employee Welfare Division, we would like to thank everyone for the participation in today's episode. And we hope to see you again in the next Wellness Day webinar series on September 28th. You may check the official FB page of DepEd Philippines for updates and announcements about the Wellness Day webinar series. To our Zoom participants, please stay for another minute for any reminders. For FB Live viewers, goodbye, stay safe, and together let's be holistically well. Thank you very much.